Red flags of friendships. Some people literally don't like to see you bettering yourself and they're falling behind. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Either you with me or you not. Your friend group should fill your cup and not drain you.
Am I really that much and breaking these niggas down like a camera? You don't really to blow you up.
What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole if you are new here, and over here in this community we do all things how to live a more beautiful life, how to become the best version of yourself. So if that is something that resonates with you, or if you're on a journey to becoming your best self, girl, definitely subscribe to my channel. Now in today's video we are talking about something that's so important, and that is your friend circle. Have you ever hung out with a group of women or friends that when you left the function or you left the outing, you just felt so drained and you feel less vibrational or lower vibrational than you came? Or it's just so many things that come about or that bring just negativity upon you when you have the wrong friend group. In today's video, we're going to talk about the signs of how to identify if you're in the wrong friend group, just signs like red flags of friendships. Let's call it that, red flags of friendships. In this video, or after watching this video, I hope that you can take away just be able to identify the red flags of friendships. And a lot of times when we're in it, we don't know. Outside looking in, it's easier to identify it. But I want you to be able to realize if you have the wrong group of girls or group of women around you, because I'm telling you, I've been through this before where certain females want to be around you for clout or for what you can bring to them or what value you can add to their life. And once they get what they got or they want, they're gone, or talk about you badly behind your back and smile in your face. I'm sure y'all all know, but we're going to get into it. I just want you to walk away from this video being able to identify what the red flags are when it comes to friendships. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is an energy check. I think this is the most simplest thing. How do you feel after spending time with them? I don't care who it is. It could be one person, group of women, whatever. How do you feel after you spend time with them? Think about that. Friendships should feel energizing, supportive. It should feel like a safe space. But if you have a friend group or a friend and you are in that space with them and you constantly feel anxious or judged or like you're walking on eggshells, then that's not a good sign, girl. You might need to weed those friends out. And it's okay. I want it to be clear in this video that it is okay if you've had a friend or a friend group for a long time. A lot of us carry friends from elementary, middle, high, college, whatever. A lot of times when you have friends from your younger years or when you were in a different era, y'all don't grow together. Just like many relationships, you have to grow together to still be on the same page. So don't feel bad that, oh, I've had this friend for 20 years, 15 years, and now I'm starting to feel like they're low vibrational. You got to do what's best for you, girl. But just remember, your friend group should fill your cup and not drain you. All right. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is constant competition. Okay, this is another red flag. If you have a friend or a friend group where you feel like it's always a competition, you feel like whatever makes you feel that way in the situation, you feel like you always got to compete, or they seem to be competing with you, that's a red flag. You might need to take a step back, look at the situation, look at the friendship, look at the relationship, and evaluate if this is something that's really a true friendship. Because real friendship, real women that love you, that support you, it's not a competition. They're not judging you. You shouldn't be judging them. And it shouldn't be like, okay, well, these girls, I always have to look a certain way when I go out, and if not, they're gonna treat me differently. And it's a lot of bad bee culture out here where it's like, you know, say y'all are going out to a bar or something, and I get it. You want to be cute. You want your friends to be cute, because we all know if you go to a club and your friend group is not cute, they're going to treat you a certain type of way. They may not let you in the club. They may try to act like it's full to capacity, all these things. But regardless of what, if it's true friendship, your girls are going to hold you down. They're going to accept you and love you no matter what. They're going to be there for you and show up for you. And it's not a competition. It's not a judgment, you know, a zone of judgment. Just like I say on my channel a lot, this is a judgment-free zone. I believe that your friendships should be that way too. So if you know it's a constant competition when you're around a certain female or a certain friend group, that's a red flag, girl. You might want to distance yourself from that friendship. Or it's okay to, if you feel like it's a safe space to talk to that girl or that group about how you're feeling, then do that first. I'm not saying just go ahead and end a long-term friendship without discussion, but if you feel like it's not a safe space to discuss it, you might just want to distance yourself. Now, I've done this, and it's not necessarily because it was a competition, but if I feel like there were red flags in a friendship, especially at my age now where I'm the healed version of myself. I say this a lot. I'm a happy, healthy, healed girl. And because I'm there, I know what's best for me and what's not, what feels good and what doesn't. And if it doesn't feel good, I'm not forcing anything. So if I distance myself and you keep a distance too, you don't ask me what's wrong or you don't try to figure out or find a resolution, wish you well, babe. That's it. The next thing I want to talk about is the lack of support in a friendship, right? Oh my gosh, I've had this in my friend groups when I was like 18, 19, 20. If you feel like you're the one in the friendship that's always listening to their problems, they always just want to vent to you, but you don't feel like you can vent to them, or they don't even allow space for you to vent to them too. It got to be a two-way relationship. If you don't feel that way, like you can get the same thing that you give them, that's a red flag, girl. You're always showing up for them. They have problems, you come through. The boyfriend kicked them out, you come through, they can stay with you, but you have relationship problems and they're nowhere to be found, or they're bunned up with their new man and you are not even, you're like non-existent. It goes both ways. So if you feel like you're in a friendship where there is not mutual support, or you're showing up for them, they're not showing up for you, that is a red flag. You may want to exit stage left, because it's not a healthy relationship. It's not a balanced friendship. This one right here is very, very important because it's kind of like twofold. So this one is having a friend that talk about people behind their back. Now, if you have a friend group, right? And I experienced this personally a few years ago where I had a group of girls, maybe it's like 3 of us, right? And 2 of the girls were closer to each other than I was. So they were more closer to each other. But those 2 fell out, right, over something. And then one girl calls me venting and talking about the other girl. Oh, you guess what she did? And spilling all her tea, stuff that I didn't even know. That was a red flag for me. Why? Because not only are you talking about someone behind their back, you're talking about one of our friends behind her back, dog walking her behind her back to me, because they're not in a good space. So what does that tell me? That tells me you would do the same thing to me. That tells me that if we fall out, and a lot of times friends can fall out temporarily, or something goes down and y'all got to try to work it out. But that tells me you would do the same thing to me. You're stabbing her in the back. You're telling me all her secrets that, although we're friends, she didn't tell it to me. So it wasn't your place to tell it to me. And also you started bringing up the fact that same friend had talked about me. So you started telling me all these things because you were mad at her. But when I thought back to it, I'm like, oh, so a year ago, this person was talking badly about me to you and you ain't even telling me. You ain't standing up for me. That's a red flag. We're not friends anymore, period. Cutthroat. It's very much a red flag when someone's trying to build connection with you through bringing other people down. And that's what that was to me. Do not try to get closer to me because now you're out of it with her, but you're doing it in a toxic way. You're trying to shame her to me to get closer to me. But no, that's not how it works with me. And that same person today can reach out to me and be like, hey, let's go out. And I naturally just don't want to, because I know who you are. You showed me your true colors. It's a red flag. We good. No, it's a red flag when you cannot be yourself around somebody. When you feel like you just cannot be yourself. And honestly, this one hits when it comes to romantic relationships too. But if you're in a friendship where you feel like you have to stage and be somebody else, or put on a persona for that person to like you or be your friend, that's a red flag, and it's a no-no. Like, you need to sit back and evaluate. Is this really my friend? Because most likely it's not. Because if you feel like, maybe you come around and you are in your natural state, you don't have like the weave, the lace front, all that stuff, or you express that you actually like certain things that maybe y'all don't do together, and they judge you, or they feel like, oh, you a loser for doing that. Well, we're not meant to be friends, girl, period. This is also important if you have a friend group that, say you have a certain style, you like to wear your hair a certain way, you like to dress a certain way, and they're constantly trying to change you. They're like, no, girl, you should actually wear this. No, change your hair. Change this, change that. No, like, On one hand, I can understand giving friendship advice if I say, you know, do you like this? Or, you know, what should I wear? But if you're constantly just picking me apart and like criticizing me and trying to change everything about me, that's a red flag. Now, I only have a couple more red flags in this video, but if you've made it this far, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. I am trying to get to 4K as we speak, okay? Subscribers are actually really important to my community, to me trying to build my brand and just be able to give more positivity to the world, be able to have YouTube to push my content out to more people who really can benefit from it. So please subscribe, leave a comment if you can, share the video if you can. All of these things will help my channel grow, and it's really just to get more positive messages to more people who need it. All right, let's get back to the video. The next thing I want to talk about is manipulation and control, like the more subtle kind. If you have friends that try to guilt trip you, try to make you feel bad about yourself or situations or things that you've done, that's a red flag. If you have a friend that's like making you feel bad for having other friend groups or setting boundaries or saying no, that's not friendship. That's them trying to control you. I've also had friends that are like, oh, you should date this person, or, you know, oh, you should go do this, or, you know, suggesting is okay, but trying to force you to do something or be somebody that you're not, that's not a friendship. That's you trying to control my life. That's you saying that I can't go out with or you don't like me going out with my coworkers after work, or you shouldn't hang with them just because they're jealous of them or whatnot. That's not healthy. That's a red flag. A lot of times, and it's okay if you have separate friend groups. That is fine. If all of these people love you, that is fine. And it's also okay if those two friend groups don't get along. But for example, I've had friends from different, you know, school or work or whatever, and that's fine. And my best friend has her friends from like college, whatever. And we can hang with separate friend groups and still love each other, still support each other, still be best friends without judgment, without hate, without like, you know, that type of vibe. And also when it comes time for like her birthday or celebrations where everybody should come and support her, everybody gets along. It's a vibe. And like, even if you don't like a particular person for whatever crazy reason, you try to get along with their other friends because you love them. That is a green flag. It's trying to coexist and support the person that you love or the people that you love. So somebody trying to force you to be a certain way or not to do certain things, that's a red flag. Y'all probably should not be friends. Okay, the last red flag I want to talk about is when you're growing and they're not. Some people are truly toxic, but sometimes it's not that they're toxic. The toxic behavior is not really the problem. It's that you've outgrown this person or this group of friends. When you find that you're evolving, you're setting new goals, you're elevating in your life, because that's the journey I'm on right now. I'm constantly elevating. And it doesn't mean that I can't keep the same friends or I can't still be in touch or hang out with certain people, but you have to respect my glow up. You have to respect that I'm not trying to stay here for the rest of my life. I'm constantly trying to elevate. That's just who I am, and that's what I want for myself. But sometimes people stay stuck there and that's where they want to be, or they're struggling to get there. Sometimes that causes hate, that cause you know, just envy towards you. And a lot of times if you find that you're outgrowing a friend group and they don't want to grow, or it's causing conflict, that's a red flag, and you might want to take a closer look at that. I've talked about this on my my short form content on TikTok and YouTube, but I've gone to, I've elevated so much since high school, for example, and I've gone around neighborhoods that I used to go hang out in or whatever, and around certain people, and people are like, oh, you know, oh, you bougie now, or you too good for us now. That's the wrong mindset, babe. Wrong mindset. You know, you should be trying to ask me, oh, how did you get there? Like, what can I do to get there too? I'm proud of you. Like, you doing it for us. Because I do have some people who are like, yeah, you know, you doing it for us. Like, I'm proud of you. Keep going. People that are still in the hood or still in a certain space, I'm gonna say, and they are rooting for me and they are proud of me, right? And those are the type of people that we locked in, right? But there's some people who will hate and be like, you know, try to make you feel bad for your glow up, and don't let that happen. That is a red flag. Growth sometimes can be uncomfortable, and it can be uncomfortable not only for you, but for some of the people who are around you. Because some people don't like to see it. Some people literally don't like to see you bettering yourself and evolving and growing, because they're constantly comparing themselves to you and they feel like they're falling behind. And I have a video about comparing yourself to other people. I will link that somewhere in this video, but you can't allow somebody else's success to defeat you. And I feel like a lot of times when you are kind of outgrowing a person or a friend group, they start hating or they start making you feel bad about your glow up because they feel behind. It doesn't have to be that way, girl. It really don't have to be that way. All you have to do is still love on yourself, still, uplift yourself and still just shift your mindset. When people are being negative because they know that they're falling behind is the moral of the story. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Either you with me or you not. If you envious of me because of it, it's nothing I can do. I'm not making you feel insecure. I'm not making you feel lower than you are or anything like that. I never do that to people, but I can't help my success. I can't help me wanting better for myself because that's what I want. That's what I work hard for. So if you have a problem with that, I don't know what to tell you. All right, y'all, we're at the end. So final thoughts, closing out this video is please identify red flags. Be on alert for red flags. I'm not saying go looking for problems, go looking for trouble, go looking to break up friendships. I'm not saying that at all. All I'm saying is be mindful, very mindful, okay? Be mindful of the red flags that can exist in relationships and friendships. I don't care how long you've known the person. I don't care how long you've been friends with the person. Red flags do exist. And there are a lot of toxic, broken people in this world who will try to bring you down, who do not want your best interest. And I don't want that for you. We all about living a beautiful life over here. We all about just growing, being better, positive vibes, good energy, because life is too short. So why are we stuck in negativity? I don't want that. So I hope this video was helpful. I hope it helps in just being mindful of people that you meet. It could be new people that you meet and you don't even realize that they possess red flag signs. And a lot of times when we get older in life, when we get out of college, we are yearning for friends. And sometimes we're so desperate for friends that we don't see the red flags. We kind of overlook them. So try your best to pay attention, look out for the red flags, and do what you got to do and what's best for you. I appreciate y'all so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe so we can get these subscribers to 4,000 as soon as possible. And I will see y'all in my next video.